even though obviously the people try to conflate every single thing that happens into some huge beef. Let's talk about that. And Jefe, as P-Face made his exit from the podcast the other day, he stated the name of his hood a little bit loudly, and people tried to act like this was a mark out. We spoke to P-Face. He made it very clear to us he did not feel like that's what that was at all. He was just saying where he's from, and that's how he said it. He made it clear to us he has nothing against Jefe, did not intend for it to be like that. And also, as an aside, DC Baby Draco did do another interview with P-Face since I interviewed him. The clips are rolling out now, but he did do an interview with him in which P-Face further apologized for having ever used the N-word and said like that in the past, which I respect that. A lot of gang members are kind of apology adverse for obvious reasons, but he's making it clear that he don't stand on it.
I mean, like I said, man, that's like you said, that's the internet. So when you clean in these streets and you solid, they gonna look for any moment or anything, you feel me, to try to bring you, you know what I'm saying, down. Like, when we was right there, I never looked at it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I asked him, he came over there, like, this the thing. He came over there and introduced himself, shook my hand, and I asked him his name. He like, P-Face. I'm like, where you from? He like, Compton. I'm like, what hood? He said his hood. He just banged his hood pridefully, you feel me? Like, I never took it as no disrespect or anything like that. So that's why I never even paid attention to what the internet was saying. Like, even when you had told me that No Jumper, you know what I'm saying, wanted to spin a narrative that P-Face marked him out, like, shit, let him go ahead. I'm not mad. I know he didn't mark me out, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, on some real shit, you know, that was some solid shit of him to come out, though, to even speak. Like, no, that wasn't what that was. Y'all trying to spin that narrative and want me to run with it, but that wasn't what that was.
I think also that moment is just a very typical LA moment that happened throughout the city 10,000 times a day, all over the place, that most people don't really have a glimpse into, so they don't even know how to take it. Like, it's some exotic.
Can somebody open that front door for somebody real quick?
To me, it's like, you know, it was what it was, just how you described it. You feel me? Like, it was what it was. But a lot of other people that, like you said, the internet, they gonna see that and misconflate it and think it's. I
mean, I do think we were all a little surprised at the intensity of the way he said his neighborhood. Like, it just came out like, whoa, like,
honestly, bro, I said it right there. Y'all said he was 18, and I said, like, he sound like fresh from juvenile hall, and that's how he just sound like somebody that bang at that age. That's all that is.
It was also,
it sound like some juvenile hall banging.
Right. Well, I can also acknowledge that it wasn't intentional, but it was probably a bad idea for me to have just surprised, hey, this dude's coming on the podcast. Obviously, you know all about him, but he actually wanted to be like introduced to Munchie and Ant beforehand, before we started the podcast, and that somehow got missed, didn't happen. And especially given that he has this weird controversy in the past and everything, it's like, I definitely should have like clued you guys in more to what was going on before he was on the podcast. I was just geeked up in that moment because I had just interviewed him. The interview got done like a half hour before we got on camera, and his energy was so good. Anyone who's watching clips of the interview, I feel like everybody's going to understand what I'm talking about, that interview is like crazy good energy. That kid is hilarious. So yeah, I mean, it was a little premature on my part.
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. We walked in the building, y'all was just coming out of this room right here. When I walked in the building, so I know you was just like fresh off an interview, you feel me? But like I said, that's just
not because I was out there with y'all. That's
just the internet, you know. They gonna always, you know, feel, you know what I'm saying, some type of way. And like I said, man, I can't be running with nobody else narrative. Definitely when I'm here and know what I see and what's going on, you know, you just let them think what they gonna think.
I do think it's cool that he apologized, especially being a part of like hip hop culture and, you know, like him, you know, being as a rapper and wanting to continue to pursue a career. And he's a talented kid. He's raw. You feel me? So him wanting to continue to move and having that respect for the culture to issue that apology, I think that's a stand-up act.
Yeah, I respect it. I mean, especially because like those videos, he was like quite a bit younger when he was saying that.
Did y'all talk about that interview?
We talked about it, but like I definitely didn't know the scope of the that have been sent in the past.
What did that mean? You don't know the scope. What that mean?
Like we only talked about this one clip where he was basically arguing with a black dude on Instagram Live. The black dude is calling him the bean slur. He's calling him the N-word. And then, like, I guess somebody went in and cut out all the clips of the other guy calling him the bean word. And so it just looks like he's just on Instagram Live screaming the N-word at some dude. But then I didn't know that he had ever had any kind of NK arc or whatever came before. I'm not, you know, I appreciate growth. So it's like if he was on some racist and now he's not, and he's apologizing and saying that. But I wish I had like emphasized that more in the podcast. Unfortunately, I didn't do enough research.
Yeah, I mean, I never heard of P-Face before though until that day. Until he introduced himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was like everyone's first time meeting, like as far as them. But you know, ultimately, as long as a mother shows accountability, to me that speaks volumes. Like, a lot of people aren't willing to do that, like you said, Adam, especially in the gangster world.
Yeah,
motherfuckers ain't trying to, you know, if you're wrong, you're wrong, you know, period.
Yeah, but I want to know, was the apology because it's growth and you don't feel that way no more, or is it because you're rapping and you got to be around this demographic? You know what I'm saying? Don't be apologetic because you on some hip hop shit and it's like dominated by black people.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
That's a good point.
I don't know him. Never like, and I ain't never had no conversation with him. And the interview you talking about, I ain't checked it out, so I can't really fill it out though. But I hope it's like genuine. That's all I'm saying.
All I'll say is, I think that a lot of us in previous generations that are like, you know, y'all's age and above type. If there is footage of a lot of us when we was young as hell saying some dumbass shit, like, man, like we're lucky. Just lucky they didn't have cameras.
You're an N-word controversy waiting to happen.
Well, I'm not a hard R controversy. Like
they don't care.
Like, no, I mean, there's like,
they don't care.
I definitely
BLM don't care.
that shit's been existed. Like, you feel me? That footage,
okay.
Yeah, that's what.
But if they got another good one right now, you could be in for a wild week.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna.
I don't know why you think you're safe.
It's not about me being safe or not. I'm not trying to encourage it, but it's like I'm gonna continue to be me regardless. I'm not super worried about it. I'm not gonna go try to flex my
Hey, look, hold on.
N-word pass like the American Express card.
You came from a well-off family,
but you do have a pass.
I would say wealthy. How did you get around black people?
What you mean?
West LA.
Outside.
West LA is down the street from.
Hell yeah.
Black people, it's always been black people in West LA, so it's like
No. You claim West LA, but was you in Beverly Hills or West LA?
I've never lived in Beverly Hills in my life.
Okay.
Well, look, West LA got those, like, so.
I know,
my
but you know, they like
grandmother owned a gang of property over there in West LA.
No. I know that, but I assume because his family is what you call wealthy,
affluent,
rich, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he claimed West LA because you know West LA and Beverly Hills is closer than the asshole and the pussy.
For sure.
Exactly.
Right there.
So I'm thinking he claimed West LA because he from Beverly Hills.
No, I'm not from Beverly
That's
Hills,
a close hood thing.
but the block that I grew up on is a nice block. You feel me? Like
Right.
there's a few blocks away, it gets a little bit different. Playing ball, you know what I'm saying? Playing Little League, hooping, all that. As a youngster, I guess I was around black people. We took a liking to each other.
Right.
The rest is history. You feel me?
Yeah, because I'd be
Started kicking it
equivalent
with
to
the-
Did
somebody.
they like you back?
I mean, yeah. Look, if I've always felt embraced by brown and black people, but like this is the realest shit I could say about that. I felt way more embraced by like the black community of the Bay Area. Like when I moved up to Oakland, that's when I really felt super duper embraced by like black people on a different level, and I felt like we really became integrated, and like you couldn't really tell me that I wasn't, you feel me, part of this whole thing, whatever.
So that's probably why Vlad feel the way he feel.
Oh yeah, you gonna feel that way up there. You feel me, girl? Yeah, Vlad.
But see, the difference
from
between you and
Berkeley,
Vlad, though, Vlad, his kids is interracial and he deal with black women. You deal with like
My ex-wife is black. The f- you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Like,
damn,
yeah.
BT.
Yeah.